Hi there, and welcome to a very short episode of Omakase, my writing advice and inspiration podcast. The name's Max, also known as M. Karen, and this episode will go live for everyone on the 21st of December, and against my best wishes, will be the last episode of Omakase for 2018. I know, it's a tired bit, I know. All of you knew it was coming. I wanted to have bigger episodes, something more exciting than a check-in for the holidays. But I am so endlessly busy. Everything that could have gone wrong in December went wrong. I could bore you with detail upon detail, excuses upon excuses about, family arrangements, personal life stuff, just time trickling through my fingers, but that is not the purpose of this episode. First and foremost, I want to let you know, the song you're hearing in the background is a special track, my favorite holiday remix. It's called Holiday Frap, and it should be in the description of this podcast/video. Why do I want to talk with you today? Well, I have a nice little list of tasks today. We're not going to be doing the regular setup. I'm not going to tell you about my week. Though trust me, I want to. The short of it is that I'm back to writing. The words are coming to me. And I have nearly filled the one notebook. It's a small notebook, let's be honest. But I've nearly filled it with words. And the story is rolling and I feel great. I hope that when you listen to this podcast, that things are also looking up for you. And if not, well, I don't know if you can hear dogs. There's dogs barking. That sounds dire. I hope those dogs are okay. But I hope that when this podcast finds you, that if anything, you're looking forward to 2019. A whole new year of possibilities, a whole new year of words and stories is about to begin. And I want to wish you the best. And so does Yanto, apparently. Yanto! And now that the cat has been let into the room, of course Yanto wanted to be in this final episode of 2018 Omakase. I hope that if anything, you have some time to lean back and relax. There's a whole new year coming. A whole new year of possibilities. And sometimes that sensation can be daunting, paralyzing even. But I want you to look forward with courage in your heart and a light step on your feet. Life is a lot about adapting to one's environment, about rolling with the punches, about staying strong, keeping one's chin up. And that doesn't change. And I think that a big element of not only growing up and maturing, but also staying creative. Because, let's be honest, to create art, whether it is to write or draw or make music, it is a struggle against the emptiness. Whether it is a musical sheet or a blank piece of paper. We fill it with words and lines and color, and we create things that would not have existed otherwise. That right there is the struggle. The struggle against the emptiness, which we fill with stories, with thoughts, with feeling. I hope that you begin 2019 with more feeling, with more confidence. I say that as though we're not going to talk again for the rest of 2018, which happens to be true. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the break. I'm going to go... The background noise has been wild today. I'm going to go on break for a couple of weeks. It may be up to 3 weeks. It depends on how the release schedule is going to look up as soon as January begins. As I mentioned previously, everything that could have gone wrong in December went wrong. All of my plans completely obliterated. This only goes to show that if you plan to do something, you should really start it well in advance. I received a bunch of questions, and that was amazing. The issue here is not you guys, it's actually on my end. I can, open up my bullet journal and I can show you my calendar for the rest of the year and the first couple of weeks of January. And I can tell you how many days are crossed off because I'm busy, and how many days are actually available to me for working and getting stuff done. And let me tell you, that number of days is real thin. I'm spreading that day, like it's a single day I have left. I'm spreading those days really thin. And I realize it's the end of the year, something else is going to go wrong. I'm recording this a little bit before it's supposed to go live. And I am certain that something else will go wrong. So I'm trying to stay flexible. I hope you don't mind that. I hope you understand. I know a bunch of you really, really look forward to these podcasts. And I promise you they will come back. I love doing this podcast. As a matter of fact, one of the things that I want to do while I'm gone, while I have a little bit of extra time here and there, I want to give the podcast a facelift. I've been working on doing a little something for the podcast. And I'm finally going to have the time to get all the new assets together. New assets for the video version and new assets for the thumbnails. And maybe a little bit of an audio quality improvement. It's hard to promise that. I'm going to let you in behind the curtain, okay? It's really easy to worry a lot about audio quality. And I know that my podcast does not have the best audio quality. But you kind of have to concede to the reality of technology, because I worry a lot about the way my audio sounds, and then I realize that no matter what I do, the audio is going to be exported at 96 kilobytes per second, because that is the standard for podcasts, and just the most effective way to have a size versus quality of audio versus everything else. So no matter what I do, you're still going to hear that 96 kilobytes per second, which is not very high quality, but every other podcast has that. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I want to make the podcast sound better, but it almost doesn't matter. I hope you tag along. I am always looking to improve, and I've been looking forward to giving the podcast a facelift because it really needs it. Especially the thumbnails for the videos, like they just really need a facelift. They're not very visually appealing. Listen, I love me. I love black and dark grays. I am all about the dark aesthetic. But it's not very visually appealing, so that's gonna change. Also, I don't know if you can hear me. I've taken like 20 sips of water. I think I'm coming down. I think I'm coming down with something as well, which is part of the reason why I'm being preemptive. I'm not sick yet. I am not sick yet. But I've gone through like a whole box of Throat Coat, my favorite tea for voice recordings and just for whenever my throat is upset. And I'm like, I think I may be coming down with something. So I'm just being preemptive. I'm not promising anything I can't deliver, so for now, I'm going to give you this podcast. There's still a little bit left. We still have a couple more things to talk about. And then I will see you in 2019. Okay? Okay. So, what else do you have to look forward to? Some people were wondering about the possibility of guests being on the show, and that is something that I really want to make happen. The issue with that is not something that I am able to do at the moment, at least not reliably, is because that requires coordinating time with people. And anyone out there who has friends, who has tried to figure out timings, will absolutely understand the reality of trying to just get your friends to be in the same physical location at once. And take that problem and probably multiply it, because even though I want to arrange meetings with other writers and stuff, and most of them are overseas, the fact that we are disconnected brings a whole slew of other problems, least of which is audio quality through, things like Skype or Discord. Timings, anyone who's been playing games with me on Discord knows that, like, if you live, not near the US, you're gonna be staying, up to 5 in the morning so you can play games with me. And that's not, I don't want to make anyone wake up at 3 in the morning so they can chat with me just because they happen to live, in Germany or something. We gotta work something out. We gotta figure something out. And if anything, I would rather be the one that has to stay up, just to make things better. But anyhow, the possibility is open. If anyone out there is interested, let me know. Let me know. It may be something that can happen. I'm not making promises. I'm just kind of putting everything on the table. I value honesty. I value transparency. And talking about that, let me just get something off my chest. I am so thankful for you guys. I am humbled by your amazing feedback. I am so thankful for all of your kind words. The ratings and the reviews have been touching. Thank you. I love doing this podcast. And as I mentioned on the very first episode, why am I doing this instead of doing what I was doing before? Why am I doing this instead of what the other writers are doing? And it's because I found a growing separation, an abyss between where I wanted to be and where I was. And I realized, as I mentioned, that the type of content that was being the most successful on YouTube was the kind of content that I really didn't like. I didn't like watching it, I didn't like making it. And I figured if I'm gonna spend a long time creating something, it should be what I love to do. So I created this podcast as an amalgamation, a combination of everything that I loved doing. Sharing my point of view, my experience with storytelling and writing, answering your questions with my honest point of view, and inspiring you to look at writing, to look at stories, to think of them critically, and to find what you would do were you sitting there on that chair before the blank page. That's the goal right there. And it's what I love to do. And as I've said in the past, this podcast inspires you, but it also inspires me. It brings me back. It brings me to this place. This wonderful, warm place. Where writing feels more real. Where the words carry weight. And where I feel the truest. Right here. Writing's hard. Books take a long time. Sometimes it's hard to get up knowing that blank page is one's greatest enemy. But we get up either way. We get up no matter what. We keep going, and we keep writing. So, thank you. Thank you for your support throughout this year. And I hope to see you again. To continue on sharing my stories. My books, my words, and my journey with you. Through 2019 and beyond. I don't really have an outro planned. If you want to step out, if you want to go do something else, that's fine. I wasn't planning on doing shoutouts, but I'm booting up Patreon. You know what? Let's do shoutouts one more time. Let's do shoutouts for every lovely person who supports me through patreon.com/mkaren. I really wasn't planning on doing shoutouts, but here I am. I'm booting up Patreon. Let's do it. Let's give big shoutouts for everybody. Hey, you're all awesome. Not just the people pledging, but just everybody listening. You know? It's writing stuff. Writing's hard. And it's especially harder when you're by yourself. And I hope that I can, if anything, provide you some company. Give you some insight. Because if there's something that I've learned from not only, my personal experience, but that of my friends learning, writing, their experience with creative writing and creative teachers, and just putting up their writing on the internet, it sucks. It's rough, and I wanna be not I'm not trying to tune my own horn. I always used to say that as blow my own horn, which I realized that it's definitely not the right way to say it. It's a way to say it. It's not right. It sounds wrong. But you know what? That's life. But I wanna I'm not trying to, tune my own horn when I say that I want to be a beacon of light or, a lighthouse to remind you where the shore is. Wave breaker, maybe? I don't know. But I want to... If there is one thing that I've heard over years and over, running the blog and doing the channel, is that people really appreciate it when someone gives them their point of view on writing and don't sell it as though it is facts. As though... Jesus, those dogs outside! Are they okay? Where are their owners? I'm concerned for those doggos. I hope they're okay. But what I was saying is that, especially when I started in Tumblr, there was so much advice. Quotation fingers. Advice. That was like, do this or you're a bad writer. Do this or you will never succeed. And that is most definitely not the kind of advice that I believe in. But anyhow, I want to give a big shout out to all these amazing people supporting me. You're all amazing. These amazing people just so happen to be pledging to my Patreon page. First off, should I also... should I do that? I was actually thinking, oh man. Because I'm looking at these and a bunch of you have been around forever. And I kind of want to do the thing where I'm like, a shout out to... You know what? I wish you could sort patrons by how long they've been... supporting your page. You know what? We'll just take it from here. I want to give a big shout out to A. Howard, 12 months. Atlac, 6 months. Alistair Baywood, 4 months. Alex Cast, 9 days. Elisa Dudley, 4 months. Amanda Stevens, 35 months. Amelia, 50 months. I think Amelia has been here since the beginning. Amy Palmer, 11 months. Angela, 31 months. And Hoshi, 21 months. Biting the Sun, 32 months. My god. Blarg, 33 months. Brenda, 45 months. C.E. Richards, 29 months. Caitlin, 6 months. The other Caitlin, 7 months. Kathy Lindsay, 45 months. Christiane, 36 months. Jesus, you've been all here forever. Christine Dennis, 19 months. Kristen Lofton, 18 months. Clem Pastor, 7 months. Eleanor, 13 months. Arasos, 6 months. Joffrey Raby, 37 months. You changed your name. I see it now. You changed your name a few months back. Gilbert Gaudreau, 5 months. Hero Song, 3 months. Irina Phoenix, 10 months. Janosch Hepatsky, 27 months. Jaytana Kirkwood, 6 months. Jeffrey James Williams, 15 months. Jay Sawicki, 1 month. Juan Nunes, 10 months. K.M. Anderson, 9 months. I feel... Okay, you know what? You know what voice I'm doing? Let me take a sip of water. Wow, my throat is actually dying. I think I am actually getting sick. But you know what voice I'm doing? I realized what voice I'm doing. I'm doing the voice from the university graduation, where they're like, K.M. Anderson, psychology, Kameshwar Rao Shaluri, English and creative writing, Juan Nunes, engineering, K.M. Anderson, 9 months, Kameshwar Rao Shaluri, 37 months, Kaylee, 43 months, Kiel, 12 months, Lacey, 4 months, Lier Kilo, 12 months, Lishadra, 4 months, Empty Lucatelli, 1 year, 12 months, Mark Maruska, 27 months, Mary Foster Smith, 46 months, Nicola, 7 months, Nicole Grissom, 13 months, Nicolay, 5 months, Noam Sahar, 8 months, Novels and tomes, 11 months. Pablo, 52 months! Wait a minute. Pablo's been around for longer than Amelia. Pablo. Pablo. Pat Eichson, 52 months! Polycraft 20 months. Raquel Fernandez. Fernandez? What was that? Raquel Fernandez. 20 months. 20 meses. Rhiannon August. 2 months. Though, I've known a bunch of you forever, and I've known Rhiannon from, video comments forever. Roa! 12 months. Shimmer Tales. 14 months. Sky D White. 14 months. Soul Muse. 39 months. Sylvia Lee Tilla, 25 months. Synexia, 37 months. Wendy Christopher, 8 months. Man, that's crazy. Some of you guys have been here forever. Some of you guys have been here since the dark days of Max's YouTube channel. That's not true. You're all gonna be like, what dark days, Max? I don't know. See, I look back and I feel bad about that Sims LP, but then everyone is like, Max, everybody loved that Let's Play. You guys are the ones making this a reality. Not only this, but also my novels, and it means so much to me. So thank you. I don't know how to end this video. I don't know how to end this podcast. I know. I want to make a request of you. Between now and the next time we meet, I want you to take some time, whatever little it may be, to get one thing done. To take care of one thing that you have been putting off for months, maybe the whole year. Get one thing done, even if it's a 5-minute thing. Even if it is finally cleaning out your closet. Get one thing done. Make that call. Post that comic. One thing. You don't have to let me know. You could let me know. You could just email me about it or just add me on Twitter. But just get one thing done between now and the next time we meet. Get one thing done. I know what mine's gonna be. There's one thing I want to do. And I am gonna get it done. And then the rest of the time, we're just gonna cruise. Take it easy. Roll with the punches. I don't know how much time I'm gonna get to sleep. I don't know how much time I'm gonna get to rest. I have a crazy next couple of weeks coming up. But I'm writing. I'm spending time with my favorite person in the whole world. And I am looking forward. I got my eye on 2019. I hope you do as well. Thank you.